Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Anime Squad podcast. My name is Robbie.
And this is Omar.
And this is David.
And we're looking at week 3 of our summer anime 2020 season. And like usual, we got our Discord. If you guys want to join in, talk to us, and hang out with us in general, we got that. And of course, the audio version is also going to be on Spotify as well.
Whoop whoop.
All right, so the first anime we're going to be talking about is, of course, the short Peter Grill and the Philosopher's Time.
I'm still surprised by that title.
I know.
That's not gonna get old.
Yeah, and we get introduced to our elfin character. Actually, it starts off with a dream sequence where Peter Grill is fantasizing about Luvelia,
his dream woman.
Oh my goodness, she's something else. But then, of course, as soon as things get a little bit more steamy, then we get to see. Her transform into turns out it was actually her dad.
Oh yeah.
That whole bit kind of reminded me of the intro to Goofy movie where
oh god,
where Max turns into his dad.
Jeez.
But then when Peter wakes up, is actually the elfin girl that we got introduced to from the last part of the last episode.
Yeah.
And of course she wants the same thing that the Orc
reason.
Sisters want. Yeah.
She wants the strong man seed for the elfin clan.
For the elfin kind.
Because apparently they're a weak species of race.
Yeah.
Are not proud to be warriors.
Yeah. So she's the one that has to fix that.
Yes.
By any means necessary.
But unfortunately, our boy Peter Grills is not attracted to this elf.
It's fortunate for him because he doesn't want anything besides Luvelia. That's what he longs for. But then
you know how with the orc girls, he's like, oh no, but his second head rises, and then with this one, it's like, oh meow.
Because she's not physically developed like the ogre sisters were, so she casts Wingardium Leviosa on Peter. And
yeah, that's weird. They didn't even show how that's gonna pay off in the end.
No, not yet, because then we immediately go to our next scenario, which is way more risque. It involves Mr. Cthulhu.
Mr. Cthulhu,
who's apparently known to kill men and ravage women.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for Peter Grill, Luvelia gets caught in this mess, and that's kind of where things kind of end.
And Peter Grills is on his way, but she's in that predicament, and hopefully they get there in time.
Hopefully
she gets destroyed.
Yes. Hopefully before she figures out where that babies don't come from storks.
Jesus.
So yeah, that's it with Peter Grills.
Yeah, very short and sweet. But I like this episode more than last episode because it wasn't the same.
Surprisingly, Peter doesn't get into a situation where he betrays Luvelia's trust yet again.
Well, kind of, because anyway. the guy, some guy walks in. What was the guy again?
I think it was like his friend.
Yeah.
He walks in and he was in a position that was a little bit exotic.
Yeah.
So then the friend just leaves.
He just says like, oh, okay, I'm not gonna bother you guys,
Y'all do your thing.
Yeah. But yeah, other than that, that's kind of it. Sure. This is the 3rd episode, but due to educational reasons, we want to keep going on.
Oh God.
I mean, it's because it's short. It's simple.
It doesn't waste our time. It just kind of gets to what's gonna happen next, and it's entertaining for what it is.
Yeah. If you want a quick 10-minute entertainment, this is it.
Yeah, it's more comedy if anything.
Yeah. Don't take it seriously or very heavy-handed.
Yeah. But yeah, going on to our next episode of anime, we're going to be talking about Gibiate.
Lord.
Oh, no.
This episode in particular crushed my hopes and dreams because the last episode...
There was hope.
And I understood that, you know what, the CG isn't the best, but I could look past it. The premise looks really cool.
The story was a problem this time.
I think that was our problem. We gave it too much the benefit of the doubt.
I gave it too much benefit of the doubt because I knew that Yoshitaka Amano, I mentioned this before, but he did the character designs, and I figured that this was going to be another Angel's Egg maybe in TV form, but oh man, was I mistaken, because this anime did not. This episode was just a train wreck of problems.
So this episode was like the action episode. And man, when they get to the action, I kind of wanted to stop.
So it starts off simple enough.
It was kind of confusing too. So when it started off with the Kendo thing.
It started off pretty well. Sensui is put in a video camera, and he's kind of supposed to say where he's from and all that, and how he's what he can do. And they also get makeovers and stuff, and that's when you get to see the ninja guy Kenroku. You get to see him look like Lancer from Fate, because we saw the intro, and I was like, oh, who's this guy? It turns out it was him. Yeah. So that was pretty cool. And they test out their power, their abilities. Well, Sensui did tested out how he could be able to protect everybody. Yeah. And I thought that was pretty cool. No, what went downhill was afterward. Because
our main man, Medea?
Maide.
Whatever.
No, we need to know because he's very important. Maide. Yeah. Maide-san comes in with the sword. Remember from last episode?
Yeah, the one that had to ditch him.
Yes,
they couldn't just wait for 5 minutes.
He said he had to get back the sword, and he brings the sword. And he was getting attacked by these weird bug people with J's on.
It looked like chameleon spiders, hybrid
sneakers, but they're actually webbed feet.
Yeah, it looks disgusting.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, go inside. Why'd you get the sword? It's like, oh, it's from my samurai friend. I love samurais, don't you know? And then right when everything's all chill and calm, that's of course when the base's electrical stuff goes out.
Yeah, because the monsters are afraid of the light.
Yeah, but since the light's gone,
oh no,
they're gonna attack, and attack they do because they just came in and.
They went
started infecting everybody, and you see one of the dudes dual wield Contra style.
Yeah, M4's over here.
I think his name was Andrew.
And Adam.
Adam.
Yeah. The American guy.
Yeah,
Adam the Marine. I think.
He straight up just 80s action movies, dual wields machine guns.
Yeah, and John Rambo over here.
Yeah. But of course, towards Maide does eventually get to Sensui, but unfortunately, he freaks out when the electricity goes out.
I hated that, man. It was pissing me off because I was like, "Get over there already! Why are you sitting there? Why are you pause? You're already at the base." He was in a weird
squatting position. I thought he needed to go to the bathroom. So then he gets abducted by one of the Gibias.
Yeah,
he gets
flying ones.
Yeah, but the way he gets abducted is he gets stabbed through through the stinger, I guess. Yeah, and then
our boy
Sensui comes in and grabs the sword. And
he jumps
with his
off
mouth. Remember,
MJ.
with his mouth.
Yeah.
He didn't even grab it with his hands. Got it with his mouth and killed it with his mouth.
Yeah, killed it, and then he keeps on going on a one man killing spree against the monsters. And I also thought in this episode, Kathleen was gonna lose her mom because her mom's all crazy and stuff. She can't tell Gibiate from people. But she's okay. But unfortunately,
it's because her teaser gun came in clutch again.
I know, but unfortunately, despite Sensui knocking it out of the park, and Kenroku coming in with the grenades, ninja grenades.
It's the ninja bombs and grenades.
Unfortunately, the biggest tragedy that we've seen this season yet. Jeez. My dick.
You couldn't even that sentence. Oh my god.
My son passes away. Okay, in all honesty, that's the dumbest thing. It's
that was a lot of dumb things happening during this anime.
It is. But this is the dumbest one. This is the final nail in the coffin.
Oh no! It was this one. It was the power going out. They didn't have a backup. They didn't have a backup generator.
No, apparently not. They don't have an electrician to do daily checkups. Because remember, these lights are basically do or die. If these lights go out, you're
no, they already die. They showed us a scene where they all die.
Yeah. And then they didn't have an electrical dude at all. Out of everybody in the
my
camp.
Dad was the electrical dude.
Oh, of course.
that's what we think.
That's my theory. That he was the electrical dude. That he was freaking out.
No, they could have done is that if he was, they could have been like, "Oh, let me fix the box for you." Oh.
Yeah, he would have died like a hero.
Yeah, no. Instead, it's like
he died like an idiot.
Yeah. But then we spend the final 5 minutes
Remembering him, how great of a sacrifice.
No, and that's not even the end. We get to see, I guess, one of the creatures just kill like
a family.
He was killing like random people, and then at the end just killed the family. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, that was weird.
What kind of context is this?
Well, because we gotta find out who the main bad guys are.
God.
We didn't get to see that.
Yeah, because those guys in suits showed up out of nowhere.
Yeah, they got like Michael Jackson like fedoras. But yeah, all in all, like this was a bad episode. I'm not looking forward to what the next episode has. I feel like it's gonna destroy me even more. And so, more than likely, this anime is probably gonna get the axe next episode, and it's sad to say that.
I want to say we'll see, but yeah, I feel like that's gonna happen.
Yeah, thankfully Omar wasn't as upset at this anime.
Nah, it was just bad.
It's sad. It was bad and sad.
The thing is, it was jarring too to see the CGI with the 2D fights. It would just, it would not match, or it won't. The chemistry between those two things don't fit, and
and there was more CGI monsters in this episode than the last one.
Oh yeah, that's what made it even worse, because the last one only had one, so I didn't notice.
It looked funny with the spider geckos,
especially when with our boy, he gets lifted up by that dragon thing. It looked so bad.
It did.
It looked so.
It was like one of those. It was like those early 1960s live action bits where they're interacting with the cartoons, and the cartoons clearly aren't there. It's like that. Yeah. It's so bad.
It's terrible.
But anyway, I'm talking more about this anime. It hurts me, so we're just gonna move on to the next anime. So this anime kind of went under a radar, and it just came out in Netflix Japan, just like Great Pretender, and it's Japan Sinks 2020. So we're gonna talk about our impressions for the first episode of this one. Very heavy, very very emotionally driven. It's made by the same people. Made by the same creator, Masaki Uesa, creator of Eizouken, that we here loved a lot.
Yeah.
But Japan Sinks 2020 has more of the Devilman Crybaby vibe in that it's very apocalyptic and very sad.
Well, yeah, it literally does not hold your hand.
No.
They literally throw you into the situation.
It starts off, to continue where you said, it starts off pretty innocent enough. You see people living their day-to-day lives in Tokyo, and all of a sudden we see this level 4, level 5 earthquake, which is
it was higher than that.
No, the first one.
The first one, the first one.
The small one.
Yeah, it felt very similar to
it was kind of like the calm before the storm.
Yeah.
And how they reacted it was normal, it's just a little small earthquake, we get through this. Are you guys all right? Yeah, we're all right. Oh, all right, let's just continue our day.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be cautious, let's be worried, but let's just continue our day. And that's when
first we get to meet up the characters,
our main characters,
which
we don't understand the context.
The lady, the kid,
the family,
mom. Well, that's later on.
Yeah, but we didn't know that yet. We just kind of knew
we just knew that it was just characters. They showed them.
We saw the woman in the plane, the kid, playing video games in his house.
Because then we're gonna get to those parts right now.
But yeah, would you say that first earthquake is comparable to the one that happened last year, July?
Yeah, you could say that.
It was a little bit of a shake.
Yeah, you felt it, and obviously a lot of people. If you were inside the building, you could see the earthquake happening. So watching this anime felt very real. Mm-hmm. It felt very at home.
Especially since we live in earthquake country and all that. So it's
what do you mean?
Scary.
We haven't got that big yet.
No. The second one.
What's later on? Yeah.
The second one, I can definitely say we haven't gotten there yet, and hopefully we don't. But the second one was literally level 9 earthquake right there, where you get to see all the lockers and stuff kind of go all over the place, and
it was terrifying.
It was terrifying. You see, literally see bodies and stuff.
Yeah, man,
not move, and
it was like reality check. Oh my god.
Yeah, the injuries and stuff look also really real too. When you see the girl, the athlete, see her leg cut and all that.
Her whole classmates, they were all gone instantly.
Yeah.
It's hard to watch.
There's one that was dying, and she's no.
There was one where the whole locker literally landed right on top of her at the end.
That was hard to watch.
Buried in the rubble, I guess.
So I don't blame the girl, panicking.
Yeah.
Just get out of there as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is.
Yeah, and then
during the earthquake, we got the scene of the little kid. He was just playing his game, and then all of a sudden, the big one came in, and then he was trying. He tries to get under a table. By the time he gets to the kitchen, he gets smacked with a chair right on the head. No, on the eye, not the head. The eye.
And then he's bleeding from the back of the head.
No, but
because it knocked him out for.
Oh yeah, but you know the main thing.
The impact, yeah.
The impact hit the eye.
Got his eyes, yeah.
And then the lady crashed in the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. Well, Omar said that
it got caught from the geyser.
The geyser.
Yeah.
And that's what ended up. The engine.
Fall.
Yeah.
It got one of the engines.
Yeah.
God forbid no one be in that predicament, but like landing on a plane like that, that's like the best outcome. Like,
Yeah.
No, I'm amazed that they made it out safe because that plane literally the front
crashed,
end was
nosedive. Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like,
and hit the.
That's like the best outcome. Like you could land on the water safely, and like everyone makes it out.
Yeah, and then the man also, you see him.
He was working on
construction. He was doing construction work.
It was the stadium for the screens, I guess.
Yeah, for the panels.
The panel. So he was on the rooftop kind of ish thing.
Yeah, he was on top of like all the bleachers and stuff, and he was working on a not a skyrise, but like on a grid where he was working. And I was thinking to myself, like, oh my gosh, this is like the worst
so
possible place to be.
He was alone?
No, he wasn't. He was
work.
Not alone.
He was with a bunch of coworkers.
I know. I wonder what happened to them.
I don't know.
All we could say, he's the only one that made it out.
He's the only one that made it out,
because
right?
he had the straps holding onto him.
That's true.
So when like everything fell beneath him, it still held onto him.
I guess that's why he was hanging.
Yeah.
The only thing that you question was how the hell did he get
out of there? Because he had to pull himself from that. And we could, obviously from what.
Oh well, he looks built, man.
He
from
looks
what
built,
he
so
said.
he could, obviously he could do that.
Probably climbed up there. He
was my favorite one.
As you can tell, these situations are very terrible. It was a very tough anime to watch.
Yeah,
but
especially given like the context of what's going on.
But the way it looks well. It looks really good.
Oh, absolutely. The animation, like by far, is like really good.
The tension with the audio too was crazy.
Yeah,
it was really like, I guess, situational when it came to the certain areas and stuff with the music.
I'll say this, like, what I felt way more about like all the non-named characters that got affected by this earthquake, way more than I did with the characters from Gibiate. I'll say that much. Like, this anime sold me the despair of like being in this situation, being in this disaster situation.
So
run away.
I guess right after they finished, the earthquake finished completely, they all went to the shrine.
They went to the shrine on the hilltop because the man set up like electrical lights, like colored lights and stuff, so that way he could be able to attract like any survivors, which is really smart of him.
Yeah,
to do that.
I'll go with that guy anytime.
Right? Yeah. No, he's amazing. And then it turns out the three other main characters that we were introduced to. We're all one family. So the woman in the plane was the mom. The guy the man that was working on the electrical plates and everything, he was the dad. The kid was the youngest son, and then the high school girl that was on the track team was the oldest daughter.
Yeah, and they all get together, and thank God they all.
Yeah, they all made it out okay, and also it turns out that the kid.
And then later on, the terrifying part was the helicopter thing.
Oh yeah. And Tokyo in general was all on fire.
Tokyo was on fire.
It was completely on fire. Yeah.
That was a terrible scene.
Yeah, it was.
Well, because it's very surreal. Like, when the helicopter comes to come pick you up, and say there's a bunch of people don't think like they need to take one or a couple people at a time, so they panic and they do what they did in the anime. They all jump on the helicopter and they don't think how much weight that pulls down a helicopter. Nope.
And it ended up just crashing. Everybody died. I'm pretty sure.
They died on all those trees.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It was a terrifying ending.
I saw that. I was afraid that like somebody got mad, or like somebody lost their marbles and just started shooting everyone. That's what I thought, because that could happen.
Yeah.
Everybody's unpredictable.
Even in the anime,
I don't think they have guns.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, even in anime, when I think about it now, when they were asking, like, there was a can of food rolling down, and there were people already fighting for it.
Yeah.
And like people not, wanted to use their cell phones. They were like, nope, everyone's for themselves. It's survival mode now.
Yeah.
and it's scary to see.
It is, yeah.
We'll see what happens next episode.
Yeah,
Very intense.
Jeez.
So far, I think we're gonna stick with like one episode at a time, but then eventually, I think we might. I don't know. We'll see if we do like two episodes. But I want to stick with this though.
My heart can't take that, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, from first impressions, this is great.
Yeah.
Very great. If you
Ratings, guys? You want to give ratings since this is the first
Oh
episode?
yeah, it's the first episode.
I'm giving it a solid 9 so far.
9.
I like where this is going. I know my heart is like, you know, I'm really like I feel really like I feel really sad in general when I see stuff like this. But yeah, it's a 9. Like the characters are really solid. I like the animation. I love the sound.
Yeah.
Like, everything in general just like it just works, and I feel like especially after we watched this right after Gibiate, this is like it hits really well.
It was a breath of fresh air, but at the same time, it was like, oh man,
It's unsettling.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I love it actually. The animation as well, the sound it does. Like you care about these characters because you know they're just average characters, and they put you in a real predicament for natural disasters. So it, you know, kind of hits close to home with all the earthquakes and stuff. And I'll give it an 8, solid 8.
Yeah.
I give it an 8 as well. Nice. I enjoyed it.
For first episode?
Yeah, for first episode, I really enjoyed it. It hooked me. And the journey to what's gonna happen with this family, who knows?
Yeah, especially how the way it ended. So.
Yeah.
That definitely makes you want to know more. Okay, and then the next anime we're going to be talking about is Deca-Dence.
Deca-Dence!
I think it's safe to not worry about spoilers at this point because you know
at this point,
third episode.
If you're hearing this, you know you obviously saw this.
Yeah, I think we'll assume that you kind of already know the twist behind what happens. Yeah. But we get to see more of Kaburagi. Well, actually, no. This episode mostly focuses on the world of Deca-Dence, where Kaburagi kind of teaches Natsume like kind of like the ways of the gear.
Yeah. And it's basically a training montage.
Yeah, it's training montage. He teaches her how to properly go into that stance, trying to sneak up on the Gaddles.
Yeah.
And they do on like a small fry and a small nest or whatever. And at first she doesn't get the hang of it.
Pretty much practice.
Yeah, it's practice.
Practice for her.
And it's all a training montage, like we said.
And then he's just trying to find how she died, because that was the main issue that he wanted to know.
He went back on the footage of like the game footage and stuff to see where exactly this happened, and it turns out she lost her pulse for a little bit. That was the moment where he was like, okay, that's when her chip got malfunctioned.
Yeah, when her arm got chopped off.
Yeah, because I think the chip was on her hand.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like on her wrist or something.
Yeah, and in general, we also get to find out exactly what happened to the world, because apparently this is still set on Earth, but
I guess the digital thing is its own thing.
Like it's not aliens.
No, they're actually people. They're people that implanted their brains. It's all very similar to something like Ghost in the Shell, where it's like you see like people like cyborgs and stuff, but except the robots in this case are very cute and adorable.
Yeah.
Very like child friendly, marketable kind of thing.
Like they look like game avatars.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, straight up like an Arc System Works like avatar.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then Kaburagi in particular, gets hassled by the box man,
by the block guy.
By the block guys, like, are you doing your job? You're supposed to be doing your job. You're supposed to be catching those bugs.
It's been 14 days,
13 days or something like that.
36 hours and 15 seconds, like very exact.
Do it. It's like, but I'm just doing my job. Just waiting for you guys to say something. You're supposed to be looking at for yourself.
Remember, bugs are bad.
Yeah, bugs are bad.
And we get to see Natsume's new arm.
Yeah, she gets an arm upgrade. So she ditches like the old rusty thing she had, and now she finally has 5 fingers again.
Because our boy ended up making it.
Yeah.
Ends up fixing it, and then we also get a little.
No, because she was having issues on killing them properly. Of her hands
would fumble.
She had that 3 fingers. That's it. So she upgraded to 5 fingers and the weapon itself.
Yeah, her hand now becomes the gadget that shoots the needles.
Yeah.
It's very cool. Very Mega Man.
And then we also get backstories with how Kaburagi met Pike.
Yup.
Oh, Pipe. Sorry, Pipe. Pipe.
Yeah. Very cute.
Yeah.
What I thought of too, like he was probably cleaning one day and the gunk was on Pipe, and he's like, oh, I'll keep you. I'll buy a whole.
He bought a house just specifically so he can like take care of him there. That's kind of adorable.
Very sweet. And that was it. And then that basically set up to like the fight at the end.
Yeah.
That was it. Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Very solid.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess. Well, David. So we kind of decided that we're gonna be wanting to kind of
extend it.
We're gonna extend it. So we're not gonna give out like.
But if you guys want to give it, I'll give my rating as well. Let's give our rating. Yeah.
Okay. I guess for me, it's like a 6.5 so far.
Wow.
It's above average. I like it, and I kind of want to see where it goes. And I have a feeling that they might go up still. It might go up. I think I said 7 last time.
Yeah.
So it did go down a little bit because there's not really for me. The reason why it went down for me a little bit because there's not really much going on. So
yeah, it's basically a lot of these episodes were build-ups.
Yeah.
And setups to like continue on to the story.
Mm-hmm.
So for this one, for me as well, I think also 7. I don't know what I said on the first impressions, but it's a 7 for me too.
7 for you?
Yeah, it's I thought the whole Avatar world looking thing would throw me off, but if anything, I'm more intrigued in that world a bit more than the one we were introduced first.
Yeah.
I don't know. I find it very weird, but that's how I feel.
Okay.
No, so far a 5.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Omar's the highest one then.
Yeah, it's just an average show so far.
All right.
I'm not attached to any character other than I guess.
I like Natsume and Kaburagi.
Yeah, that would
for
be
me.
Dynamic.
There's a reason why I'm like 6.5, but yeah, I can understand.
Yeah, especially this episode, like it was just training montage.
Yeah. We'll see. So we're gonna extend it to like 5 episodes to kind of see where we're gonna place it, whether we're gonna continue it or not. But we'll see.
Yeah, this one gets a special occasions because of that twist.
Yeah. The next episode of anime we're gonna be talking about is Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out. Another adorable episode. We actually get introduced to the coffee shop owner's daughter, Ami, who is very similar to the coffee shop owner, and they communicate with their glasses.
Yeah.
They're in this. They have the same.
Jeez.
They have the same kind of vibe where they're like they want to see these two get together and hook up and everything, and
they just like seeing it happen.
Yeah. we're there with them too.
It's funny. I like Ami.
Yeah.
She's pretty cool. Like she just loves witnessing everything happening. Like, oh, like are they two together? Like, no, but just keep watching.
No, and I like how she's aware that that Shinichiro also has got his own thing going on too, because apparently he's very muscular too, and he was in the swim team too, so
he's built.
So he's a natural chick magnet, which I guess we didn't really get that impression of the last couple episodes, but we do here now.
He's Mr. Serious.
Yeah, he's Mr. Sauce.
He has that mysterious vibe that women love.
Yeah. Which Uzaki just loves to make fun of.
Yeah. She doesn't give a damn about that.
Yeah. And in general, so this time's interesting scenario that happens is that she gets low on water. Shinichiro brings water, but then they crash into each other, and then all the water spills on both him and her. But of course, Shinichiro's the one that gets sick.
Yep. Because it was nice, ice cold water.
So Uzaki has to make it up. So she brings in some nice soup. Oh no, she comes in to check him out, and she goes out for groceries because there's nothing that he has in his fridge. Cooks him up like a nice hot porridge, and tries to take care of him.
It was very very wholesome, like a girlfriend would do to her boyfriend.
Exactly, and that's what I want to see. I want them to get together.
Yeah, but he doesn't like her like that, so.
Oh yeah, and then we find out that the reason why is because what would the college people say? Which is kind of like really everybody at college kind of knows that you two are like basically a couple.
Hold on, before we go there, after that is the whole bathroom scene. The bathroom scene when the washing thing.
Oh, when she's taking care of him?
Yeah.
Oh, at the house. Yeah. So So in general,
He's like, I don't want to take a shower. I want to stay sweaty.
Uzaki
No, I'm washing you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was all steamy from the food, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Or just being sick in general, yeah.
Sick in
So he
general,
tries to-
you sweat when you're
So she
sick.
tries to, she tries to wash him and all that, and then of course, like, they get into more like wacky hijinks. And then towards the end, she tries to hypnotize him and everything too. It's like, hey, can you call me Hana?
Yeah.
Because she was upset, like when in between that they were having Korean barbecue, and then she calls Ami because that's her first name.
Yeah,
the reason why they're doing the barbecue thing is because he finally recovered from his.
They just wanted an excuse to go out.
Pretty much. But that was the reason.
But yeah, that's why Uzaki-chan was kind of jealous, because he wasn't calling her by her first name like Ami.
Yeah.
So she tried to hypnotize him to call it by her
That was funny.
That was funny.
And then when they were doing it at the other end, or I guess he was just kind of like, who would have fallen?
He played along with it. He was like, all right, I'll do it. I'll do this. And then like he tried to do it, the hypnotizing on her. She fell for it instantly.
Yeah. And then after the credits, we find out that the reason why it worked, and Ami like tells it to us, because the fact that they're compatible. She trusts him completely, because when she tried to do the whole thing, like Uzaki was not falling for it at all. So that was kind of cute.
Yeah. So this whole anime, this episode was more wholesome than last episode.
Yes. Yeah.
No, the other one was wholesome too, man. The little
push.
No, the little movement thing.
The hand motions.
The hand motions. That was
This
funny.
anime in general is nice. Okay, so thoughts, since this is episode 3. We're keeping this one.
We're keeping
Yeah.
All right. But we're keeping this one. We're gonna stick with it, and it's nice, cute.
Keeps all the animes balanced. Like we get like a nice wholesome one, and we get like a serious one. Like,
And then going on to our next anime, we get the action one.
Oh,
God
yeah!
of High School.
Yes.
God of High School. So more preliminary matches. We have Mira versus Ma Mission.
Oh man, she was cool.
Yeah.
Well, first they were talking about no, it was her fight, and then it was the Jin thing, right?
Yeah. So the fight is the Mira versus Ma Mission fight. We find out what Ma Mission's wish is, because like if you win the tournament, you get a wish granted, and her wish is to have a nice good harem.
Yep.
A harem of guys.
Well, she said she won it before, right?
She was a world wrestling champion.
Yeah, she was world wrestling champion.
But
doesn't
but
mean that you get a harem
she heard
out of
about
it.
This, so she wanted to compete.
Yeah,
okay.
she wanted a harem.
Yeah, she wants.
So
if any wish could be granted, she wants her own harem.
I think she could just get it normally. I don't think she needs
for
a
real, she already
wish.
has that fan base.
Yeah.
The arena was cheering for her.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she goes, she competes, and the fight in general was just magnificent. You see a lot of cool action scenes, a lot
All
of cool
these fights were
in general.
amazing.
Yeah.
And then you think Mira loses her sword, but then bam, it turns out she can fight with her hands, and she uses them as swords.
Yeah, the air was cutting.
Air
her
cutting,
out.
yeah.
I like the wrestling chick though. She was pretty badass. If I say so myself.
It sucks though because you know that these are preliminary matches. You probably won't see her, or probably won't see them until way later.
Maybe a little cameo here and there.
But the fight itself was really fun, and then we find out what happened with Mori, and it turns out that
Oh yeah, his situation. Right?
yeah, he violated the match, and it incapacitated not only Go but also Kang as well.
Yeah.
Because Kang was completely like
he lost his mind.
He lost his mind, yeah. So Kang is out of the picture completely, and then and then the bodyguards they decided, or Park, leader of them, decided, okay, you know what, you're gonna fight Green Hair Man, but then Mori's like, I want to fight Blondie.
He makes a big deal.
Yeah.
Like a child.
The funny thing is that the only reason why he wants to fight him is that he pushed him on the ground.
Yeah, he dropped him.
He dropped
Yeah,
him.
he won. It's like, I want to fight him. and then so apparently that's his punishment. He has to face off against Green Hair Glasses Man, and afterward he's like, hey, have this bag of fruit. It's like, yay, a bag of fruit.
Oh no, that caught me. Like, I was like, what?
It was weird.
Like at first I was like, that makes sense. You know, food gives you nutrients and like keeps you ready. But I was like, there has to be a purpose.
Yeah.
Why would
Oh, there was a purpose.
So then we go with the fight with well, we
That
get
was the next day.
that was the next day.
That was the
right?
next
We
day.
get a little
He eats-
backstory with Han. No.
Well, no. He eats the fruit. He collapses, and then they
collapses,
cut
yeah,
to the
you're
they
right.
cut to the hospital, which I thought they were gonna admit him in.
Oh.
But then it turns out they showed Han's friend,
Yeah.
who was, you know, I believe he has cancer.
It seems like it. It seems like he has cancer.
Yeah.
But I like those two dynamic with him and his friend. Like you know
What he's fighting for.
what he's fighting for is very noble.
Yeah. That's why he said he wants money,
And
so
then how
he could be able to get it.
how you know he's working jobs and stuff, and how Han's getting treated at some jobs.
Yeah.
Pissed me off.
Oh yeah. They showed him working, and then they showed these three dudes like, hey, we heard you're gonna go to the tournament. You suck. You know that?
Yeah, let's
Wow,
let me see
okay.
your skills. Like, wow.
And then you get to see his skills shown off in the fight when Han fights Bak.
Oh man.
And that fight was intense. Like
Very
that one
intense.
was so good.
I thought Hans was gonna singly punch him out, but no, man, this guy.
Bak was
He was playing chess.
Yeah. Bak was like literally, he's like, I can already, like, this book teaches me how I could beat you.
No, I think he already knew this.
He was learning his moves.
Yeah.
Even before the match. That's why it gave
Yeah,
me
it
that
was
vibe
3 years, right? 3 years he already
of
knew.
his fight style.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that he knew.
It's like even before he even stepped into the ring, he lost. That was his mindset.
Yeah, that was his
Mm-hmm.
mindset.
So that was really cool. And then in general, so Bak was getting like the upper hand, but then as soon as that was going on, like Han was like, okay, I'm not going to have any of that. We're gonna go to the stance mode.
Oh man.
Oh, the thing that caught me off guard is that he helped the guy because he slipped.
Yeah, because that plays in part with his character.
Yeah, his
Like,
character.
he's very
But
noble.
I feel like that's gonna affect him
Yeah,
later on.
that's gonna backfire on him.
Yeah.
Like, people are gonna use that to his advantage.
Pretty much. So I was like, don't do this, no.
But I respect you.
I
I
know.
respect that, man.
I know
respect
he's
that.
being too nice, but damn, this is gonna affect you later.
I respect that. I appreciate a character like that. Like, you know, when you fall on a rock or
Yeah.
something, like they don't want to beat you up.
He
when
gets
you're
hit in the
down.
head, but
Yeah, he gets
thankfully,
hit hard, yeah.
Yeah, but thankfully he gets back up and then he gets into that stance position where the first stance, literally, boom, your bat, gone, destroyed.
Disintegrated.
Second stance, pow, 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 pow.
Yeah, man. Oh my god, I
The-
wanted to see that.
The
fourth
fighting
stance.
movements,
Yeah, and then
man.
third stance, he throws him into the ropes, and then as soon as he's about to get to the fourth stance, he's like,
He knocks down. Oh man, when he gets to that third stance, it's so cool to watch.
it was so beautiful.
Oh man, it was so dope.
Yep.
And then we get to with our main guy, with his fight.
Oh yeah, so Mori, he was still passed out from eating the peach, so obviously it kind of created the setup. Is he or
I
won't
think he bled to.
He ate all the fruit.
Yeah, he ate all
Yeah.
the fruit.
Yeah, like does it
the
like
peach was what got him though.
is it?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
he had the peach, and then that was when he was like, that's when he fell.
I thought,
And
I thought it was all the fruits.
no, it was
Well,
the peach.
then we got the little dream thing, and it showed him. I have no idea what that scene
We'll
was.
find out later. We'll find
Yeah.
out more context later. But basically, they set up for the fight. He shows up late because, you know, of course he was still recovering. But then
Because
he shows up.
this was all
eventually.
planned by the green dude.
No, the main guy.
Oh, the main
Park,
guy.
yeah, Park
Yeah.
Mugen.
He
Oh, because he wanted to see
He wanted to see if he was the one that
to fight him.
Yeah.
eventually.
Because he found out he was the grandson of Tak,
Yeah.
the power Juju.
And I guess like I think I know what you're talking about. The little flashback of his, because I guess there was like an ancestor of him that had the same eyes as his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe that plays a big part of why he's so powerful.
The chosen one.
Yeah, exactly. The chosen one kind of type.
Yeah.
I like that fight though. Like just the simple fact, like like it literally started and he was like, "All right, take off your gloves real quick." And the
No,
green
like
guy-
he instant transmissions right in front of him, takes his glasses and then pushes him.
Him,
Yeah.
and then the fight concludes.
So the fight was set to like whoever gets taken down wins.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
and that's the reason why when he pushed him, it just, boom.
It ended.
It ended, yeah.
But he's not having none of that.
Yeah, that green hair guy got pissed off.
He got bodied. Well, no, he got bodied in a
pissed.
sense that he lost, but he was upset, and then he just immediately just went rampage mode and then summoned his stand, and then was about to knock the finishing blow.
Yeah, that was very cool. When he brought out his stand, I was like, "Ooh, we got stands here."
But then all the bodyguards that'll have him in a headlock and just says, "Okay, you're getting a 3 months, like
pay cut.
pay cut."
Yeah, the main dude comes in and tells him like
Don't use that.
don't do
but
that.
The thing is that I was kind of thinking like, okay, maybe Mori is just saying that because he's like, oh, I'm just hungry. Because he said like, oh, I want bananas.
Yeah.
I want my potassium.
You think like he will keep on eating fruit from now on?
I don't know.
That's
I don't
kinda
think so.
his trait.
Maybe. Who knows? But yeah, so
he's
that
a
was,
hungry man.
True. Yeah.
So that
the
was-
MC.
Yeah, so that was God of High School. It was all around really fantastic episode.
Still action packed.
Still action packed. That my favorite bit of that episode was still that Back versus Han fight.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
That was.
I want to know about that flashback thing, and then I want to know about why does the villain itself wanna fight Jin.
Well, I know why, because he's the grandson of the.
No, but why him in
Why he
general?
keeps pursuing.
Yeah, pursuing him
It's his
himself.
blood. I
Well,
think he probably knows that. Like,
Well,
he's-
they was trying to say, well, he wants to know more about that.
Oh, about
Well,
the.
from what we know so far.
Yeah.
What's his end goal for that? You know?
Is he trying to use him for like a certain?
Is this like a what do you call it? What is it?
Let's absorb the family energy.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
Like
that's
absorbing the power.
Yeah.
I can see that.
that's what I'm curious about.
Yeah. Well, all around, great episode. Can't
Awesome
wait.
episode.
We're,
Awesome episode.
we're keeping this anime. I
For
think
sure.
if this is anything to go off of, this is amazing.
Now Omar's thinking about it.
Yeah.
Just
But-
playing.
Next anime we're going to be talking about is going to be very interesting because it's going to
Oh,
be
man.
Return.
The return.
The Return. We're finally here, baby. The Return of Appare Ranman.
It's been so long, man.
It's been a long time. The last time we covered this episode was way back in the spring season, the 3rd week. That was a long, long time ago. We had a whole different cast of anime that we talked about that time.
It's like they never left, but it's been a while.
It's been a while, yeah. So if you guys want to kind of, check out our, like I said before, if you guys want to check out our thoughts of episodes 1, 2, and 3, you guys can go back and check out the other episodes of what we thought of Appare Ranman. But from here on, we're talking about episode 4, and it's pretty much just a continuation of what happened after the Leon and Appare race.
Yeah.
We find out that Kosame is working at the diner, which is interesting because they didn't really show like how he got hired or anything.
Yeah,
he's just working there now.
Yeah. He's like, I need a job. I want to get out of here.
Yeah, he wants to go back to Japan. I mean, that his goal is still the same. But this episode in particular is actually more focused on.
I don't know if I got that right. That scene, I guess, when those two guys were talking about selling a vehicle. That's what I got it from it, and so he runs out of the diner.
No, because the reason why he was talking about that was because when Leon lost his car, the car went to Kosame and Appare's ownership. So he owned half the car.
It was worth a lot
of money.
Yeah.
If he would have
sold it, right?
Because he could have sold, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I got from that. I was like, wait, what? And then you see the car fall.
Yeah, and then you see
fell
Appare
apart.
actually, and then you see Appare just break it apart and like kind of tinkering it to his own thing.
His car.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's tinkering it to his vehicle.
Yeah, so Kosame, obviously, he just can't have any of that. But no, like I mentioned before, this episode's not about them. This episode is dedicated to Shan, to Shan, who is the main character of this kind of predicament. And we found out that the company that she's working for, the auto company, well, the auto mechanics, the team of auto mechanics she's working under, is very, very sexist.
Yes. This is,
well, this is, of course, given the fact that this is the early 20th century.
Yeah.
So sexism like this is completely common, and especially the fact that she's not white.
Yeah.
That's even more so.
Yeah, and and a woman.
And a woman. So nobody, including the boss, and no one's on her side. But she says, "No, I want to race. This is kind of what I want to do." And David,
yeah, that's the character's name.
Character's name, David. This dude.
We'll just say white man.
White man.
Strong white man.
Strong white man shows up. Gaston.
Yes, there you go.
Shows up. He's like, "Oh, women aren't allowed in this kind of establishment. Go take your woman body somewhere else.
Go wash my jacket, like where you belong.
Wash my jacket and my boots and my helmet.
And obviously, she's not taking that because she's a strong female woman.
Yeah, she put him in a headlock.
Yeah, he wasn't about to beat his ass.
Yeah.
I like that.
Straight up, if they didn't interfere, then he would have got his ass beat.
But the boss said no, you can't do that.
All right, tell you what, I'll give you car number 0. Yeah. This car that hasn't been functioning in like years.
If you can fix that and get in a running shape, I'll let you race against the white man.
Yeah.
The white man.
And she takes it to Appare to kind of have it fixed up, and she specifically said, don't put any additions onto this car. I want to beat him with my own racing prowess. Just enough where I could be able to drive it.
It was so funny with Appare Ranman. He was literally like, come on, man.
I could put NOS in there. Have a bigger engine.
Yeah, man, you could go super fast.
Yeah. No, the funny thing is that he didn't even work on the car. He gave it to Leon.
No, yeah. He's like,
But that's what he wanted to do.
He wanted to upgrade it.
He wanted to upgrade it, and since she's not about that life, she takes it to Leon's company, the BMW. Yeah. And those guys, fix it up. Yeah, they fix it up for him.
No time.
Yeah.
Oh, nice of him.
Yeah, and then we get to the race itself.
I like that character.
Leon, yeah. Leon and Sophia, they're
so far, characters. All the characters that we've been shown.
Leon is so cool. He has a briefcase specifically for tea.
Yeah.
Him and his Segway, man.
Oh my god.
Hey, he won that.
He won. No,
he gave it to him.
He gave it.
Yeah.
It's technically Sophia's because she's the one that actually took it.
Yeah.
But I like how he was writing it. But yeah, so we finally get to the race, and it was.
Well, it was just a race between the white man and her.
It's not the full race yet. It's just a race between Sean and
David.
Who's
gonna go to the big race.
Yeah.
Yeah, the race of pride.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so they race, and it was looking pretty close. And I figured what she was doing too, because she was like right behind him.
Yeah.
So she was actually using the slipstream effect, where like.
Oh God, no.
Yeah, that's what she was doing.
But I mean, you don't do that though.
But that's what she was doing.
It makes sense because I know NASCAR drivers, they do the same thing too.
Oh yeah, they go slow. They slow it down before they start going faster later on in the end. Yeah.
Yeah, and she did.
But no. What they said at first, she was going fast, so she killed more gas, and then later on in the laps, she slowed it down. By the time
she waited to the last quarter.
Yeah, the gasoline was going slowly down, and then that's how the car became even lighter for her to go faster. That's what I got from that, right?
But it's still like slipstreaming, if anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's
it was fuel efficiency and tire efficiency, if anything.
Yeah, because they had to do 10 laps.
Yeah.
And when the last turn came in, the clutch moment,
she was winning.
She was winning, but obviously our white man protagonist character,
Gaston.
He does the dirty trick and
crashes into her, and then she spins out.
She spins up, but she had it under control.
Yeah, she had it under control. Yeah, she didn't spin out of control. She had it under control.
Yeah.
So she didn't crash.
She had to get it back into control, which, cost her the race. But
she was upset.
Very upset.
She was about to beat his ass, but then the owner came in and bam, beat his ass for him.
Knocks Gaston down.
Yeah. And then he's like, you know what? What you did just there? That is a true racer right there.
Yeah.
But I'm just letting you know.
She could have screwed him up, and he would have ended up crashing.
Yeah. But then she was like, I'm just letting you know that this world isn't ready for women racers. What we need is that hype. But no one's gonna watch that for hype because women don't watch races. What are you gonna do then? And then she's basically like shouldering that responsibility with her.
Yeah.
But everybody pitches in, and everybody kind of sees. It's like, okay, we're gonna be there for you.
Yeah, we're gonna be there for you for the big race.
Yeah. And then when we get introduced to our other racers, we see Dylan again. We see the rivalry with TJ, who's like, again, I feel like he's like in a lot of ways the poster boy.
Apparently they work together.
Yeah.
They were the 3 legendary cowboys or something.
Yeah. So that was really cool. But yeah, we're getting closer and closer to the race. So hopefully, the next episode.
Yeah,
we might
I think next episode we will finally get to the big race.
Yeah, we've been.
You
don't think
Not
so?
yet, not yet.
We've
A
legit
little bit
waited.
more. A little bit more.
We've
I give
legit
it
waited
one more.
for like 4 months now.
Nah, I'm giving it one more episode.
One more.
If anything,
All right,
yeah.
then we'll probably get
I
to
think
it.
it's next episode.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Prove me wrong.
All right, and then the next anime we're gonna be talking about now is Great Pretender. We decided to move this one before our second season, just to kind of like have it categorized by themselves. And episode 9, we hear more about Abby's past, the details and all, and how Sam, his horrible disguise of using
Fat cheeks and a
fat cheeks,
beer
and
belly.
beer belly, and stuff.
Yeah, and his major addiction of gambling.
Yeah,
Because he's the one fixing all these races, so he's like, might as well.
might as well get involved in this, but then he gets busted for disguise, which again looks really dumb. But thankfully, the 2.5 mil that he betted on gets completely eaten up.
Yeah, because he betted on a different racer.
Yeah, on a different
that
airplane race.
Makoto suggested to him.
Yeah,
because
this new blood.
Because the underground gambling casino thing was they were suspicious of him always picking Abby,
Hmm.
and so like you should pick a different racer since
Yeah.
people are getting suspicious you're fixing the races. Like, wow, I would never.
Yeah, and they end up using like a big suppository first off, Cynthia lures them with her body, and then Abby goes in around to like kind of sabotages the engine and stuff, and yeah, he straight up loses the race, and they cop 2.5 mil out of him. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, Sam was very upset about.
He was very pissed. He was about to shoot Makoto right then on the ground.
Yeah.
The big highlight though is towards the end though,
I think so too.
where we find out that the wheelchair man Luis is actually was actually responsible for sending in that drone strike
Yeah.
on them. So on Abby's like village and stuff. So man,
Yeah. So she went to go confront him. So he's out there confronting him about Abby was confronting him about like if he was the one that was bombing her little
her village, her village.
her town, and all that. And then obviously he's like, yeah, that was me. I was doing my job. What do you want me to do about it?
If you want to kill me right here, you can go right ahead. And so
Do me a solid.
he was absolutely ready. And then right when she was about to stab him, Makoto comes in and he's like, no, don't do it. He was about to get his ass stabbed.
Yeah.
About to lose his life twice.
That was next episode.
No, it was this one.
No.
No, this one.
No, it was next episode.
Oh yeah, they well, you might as well combine it.
Yeah, true.
So-
Okay, so that
wait.
was the end of episode 9.
Episode 9, that was the end, and
Well,
then
like, she was
episode
about-
10, we
Yeah.
find out what happened afterward, and then Makoto comes in and says, "No, don't do it.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
It's not worth it."
And then she, she's obviously enraged and like not in control of herself, so she almost stabs Makoto.
Yeah,
But
lost this episode twice in 2 episodes in a row.
yeah. And Isabel comes in, tells him like, "Hey, what are you
Yeah,
doing?"
well, there was a lot of conversations with the characters. Sam was the main issue in general, but
Yeah,
what's
because we see
what was
Luis's past too.
what's the other guy's name?
Clark?
Clark
Yeah.
was just flying the planes like
He was just doing what he loved.
he doing what his love.
And he was a playboy about it, but yeah, he 100% genuinely enjoyed flying.
Yeah.
And same with Luis. Well,
Oh, he loves flying. He can't stop thinking about flying.
yeah,
And
so
that's-
bad that it almost got him killed.
Oh, and that's what we got with Abby as well. Her past.
Yeah,
Yeah, we finally get a clear vision of what happened of her past.
with how she pretty much got involved in terrorist acts and everything. She almost
What happened to
died in
her
it
parents.
And,
Yeah.
and then she finds out that Luis was one of the pilots that ended up bombing her city.
too. Yeah,
Yeah, which sucks. It's very sad to see.
very very sad. Yeah,
But Abby has to not live in the past.
yeah.
Move on.
But of course, we get to the finale. The finale.
you get our main protagonist Makoto ends up pretty much telling her not to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, because it's not worth it.
So he constantly says it throughout the 2 episodes.
Just constantly.
This
It
whole
was just
arc, I think it was like, Makoto was seeing that Abby was very not
herself.
not in her head. Like, obviously
it definitely doesn't help that she is forced to pilot airplanes, which is part of what caused her trauma. Yeah,
it triggers her trauma and stuff. No, yeah, and that, obviously how could you let that go with something dramatic like that? But that's part of life. You have to grow up and live and forget.
Yeah. But and then Luis also kind of like gets good development on his end too, because he gets to take over for Abby. Instead of Abby flying, it's actually Luis.
Okay, before that, the Sam guy, he does another bet since he got kicked out.
Oh, I was gonna mention that, but then David dropped in with his Abby facts.
Oh, go.
I was gonna say that Sam, well, the conclusion of this, the main grand finale of this arc comes into play.
Yeah. Where
Sam actually makes another bet. This time he wants to make back his 2.5 million that he lost, so he wants to get 25 million back by betting 7.5 million.
Yep.
And he does that on Clark, since that's his main guy. That's his main. That's his dude. That's his bro.
He knows he's gonna win.
Yeah. And because of that, the guys, Laurent and everybody says, okay, you know what? Go put this in his plane. Put in Clark's plane. Yeah. And he talks with Clark, and Clark is, he sees the genuine love of flying. He talks more about like Luis and stuff, and he gets pissed too, and he's like, don't bring his name in vain.
Yeah, he was a good flyer. Damn,
he's a good flyer.
Yeah.
Through my beer.
Yeah, it's tragic what happened.
So he doesn't actually put that in the engine. He's like, okay, I better throw this away before they stick this up my ass. That's what he said.
Yeah, I remember they said that.
So then we get to the next episode, and then Luis comes to terms with like what happened, how we find out more regarding what happened, how he wasn't the same, and after his accident he never smiled once.
Yeah.
So
and he keeps on thinking about flying every time he sees the planes fly by. And I think it's sweet how they did with him. They finally decide just let him fly.
Let him fly instead of Abby. Yeah.
For the final race, the real race between him and Clark.
And it gives closure in that regard. That's what I love about that, because Clark was the one that learned, who was mentored by Luis. Yeah.
And I thought it was very sweet, like last race for them. And he knew right away, like, this ain't Abby, she don't fly like this. And then he literally pulls a trick.
Well, we got I guess Luis told something to Abby, but we didn't get it here.
Yeah, we didn't hear yet.
Yeah, before the race was about to start. And then we had that race.
But then as the race was going on, Makoto talked to Abby. He's like, do you forgive him now? And then Abby was like thinking back on what he said. Yeah. He said, I'm sorry. And then she kind of did this whole tsundere thing. And
yeah, it was basically like, closure.
Yeah, absolutely.
With her and him. Like learning to forgive him for what he done. Because he obviously didn't know. Like, he was just doing his job.
Yeah, he was
That's just how it is in the military. You just follow your orders. And that's good character development with Abby.
Oh yeah, and also like with Luis too. Like, and then in the end of that, Clark barely wins during that clutch. So you would think, okay, since Clark won, means that...
You know what? I got confused. I was like, wait, what? So you were supposed to put that pill in Clark's plane? Yeah. It was gonna fall apart. So was that other thing a backup?
Backup. Absolutely backup. I'm pretty sure it was backup
because I think Laurent knows that Makoto's a good guy and he wouldn't have.
So he's straight out like, I know this.
Yeah, this is my backup plan in case he doesn't do it.
Yeah.
Because he's done that before. Yeah. In the last arc.
Yeah.
Many times.
Yes. And because of that, they straight up put up cellophane. So that way, when the fireworks go off, if it comes off as red, it'll come off as purple. Yeah. And then they altered the video footage where it shows Abby winning.
Yeah,
even though Abby didn't even participate in the race.
They just did it off his TV.
His view.
Because Sam was like, oh, I'll just sit back here in my hotel comfortably.
Because Sam was so used to being at that underground casino. He already had a spot. He already had his drink ready. He was comfortable. He let his guard down. And that's what got him.
just enough for Laurent to come in and say, okay, man, you better pay up.
Yeah.
Just letting you know, you're done.
Yeah.
You're done, son. You're done.
You lost that match.
Yeah, so.
And then obviously Sam enraged that he lost because his best man lost. How could that happen? So he goes down there.
I'm gonna kill everybody.
But he sees the real screen. He's like, wait, who really won? Who won this? Like, Clark won, man. And he's like, son of a.
And then he goes back upstairs while
Makoto and Abby.
Makoto and Abby, they check it out.
Everything's gone.
Yeah.
And they get shot up by Sam. But they're like, oh, damn, we have no way out.
Abby was like legit just says, you know what? I'm gonna die. I don't care. I don't care about my life. But then
you see your boy right here.
You want more spice. You need more. You need something to live for. You want that spice in your life. So she grabs her. She goes. He jumps off that building.
Yeah,
that was nuts, man. Yeah. I was like, I wouldn't want to do that.
And then pulls off of
because he has no parachute. It's only
Abby
her.
Abby was still wearing her
no,
suit.
That's what I meant. Abby's the only one with a parachute. He literally jumped out of, I was like,
and he immediately went for Abby's parachute, did it, and then she leg locked him.
She pulled it. Yeah.
No, it was him.
No, she pulled it. She pulled it.
Okay, video footage right here. Bam, who did it? Okay, I think it was probably Abby. Yeah. But yeah, so anyway, so the parachute pulled. They land on the water, and then you just see Abby's nice smile. The smile to end the arc.
And then him crying.
Yeah, Makoto's cry face.
Yeah, he can't believe that he did that.
Yeah, hey, Makoto's starting to get used to all the madness.
And that's the end of the Singapore arc.
That's the end of Singapore Skies, and we get to see what's gonna happen on the Chinese connection
or the
English.
Right?
I don't know. We'll see.
We'll find out.
Future us will find out. All right, and then the next episode we're gonna be talking about is our second season 2s of our anime, ReZero.
Very anticlimactic.
I mean, in general, like this whole episode as a whole was just kind of okay. We get to see more of Subaru talking with Echidna, and Echidna explains how she's the witch of greed and how there was these other witches, and I'm the ghost, and you're drinking my body fluids.
Yeah, it's very.
And then in general, you get to see kind of Echidna's more cute side, I guess. She's like, oh no, wait.
Yeah, because she hasn't had visitors for a long time.
Oh, yeah, she's a ghost. She should have moved on, go to heaven.
She was like, I was so excited to see him. I was like, oh, I'm so glad.
I have guests. Company now.
Yeah.
I don't even know who's villain anymore, man.
I mean, it's probably, I don't know, the cult or whatever, the one that we got introduced to earlier. I don't know, but anyway. So she says that, okay, for visiting me, you gotta promise that you don't talk to anybody about what happened here. And then that's when Subaru left and kind of goes off his merry way. Except he sees the shark tooth blonde dude that knocked out our cabbie Otto.
Yeah.
And probably, I know, I thought I was like, oh man, he's probably a dangerous guy.
Wait, is Garfield? Well, Garfield.
Whoa! Name drop. Whoa!
We're gonna get there already.
Hey.
Okay, what was your
I was gonna say that he's part of that group too, right?
The Sanctuary. Yeah, because he's mixed.
Yeah, because obviously.
Okay, we're going ahead. All right, so he body slams our dragon, and then Subaru says, "Hey, Frederica, right?" It's like,
yeah.
How do you know? I know Frederica. It's like I sees the teeth and the hair. She's like, okay, I do.
Because that's the person they once they got
Garfield. Yeah, Garfield. That's when we get introduced to Garfield. Name drop Garfield. But anyway, so yeah, and then Amelia like wakes up. She's like, hey, why is it that happened? It's like, oh, you're probably half-breed. Because guess what? This sanctuary is actually for half-breeds. Yeah, and it's not...
Bunch of mudbloods.
Yeah, and it's not for us. This ain't no sanctuary. This is just a hodgepodge of buildings and trash.
Yeah. It's very weird how the whole thing is set up.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of setup in this episode as well.
Very, very much. We get reintroduced to Ram and Rosewall.
Yeah.
Subaru hesitates to bring up Rem, obviously, since nobody remembers her except for him.
Yeah.
And then Rosewall, you see him all bandaged because he had an adventure. He had an adventure with Ram. We don't ever get to see what happens.
We will see in an OVA. Just kidding.
Oh, God. Yeah, and then Emilia, you see her. Was it Subaru goes into the cathedral, meets up with the people that initially didn't want to help with what's going on, but then Emilia's like, "Hey, I want to help you guys. Wait, you don't want to help? You want to help us, even though we, we're mean to you? Yes." And then they won her over.
Yeah, long story short, she needed to win over the townspeople so they could approve for her to go into the
test,
to the trial in the graveyard. So she gets the approval, so she goes down there, gets ready to, face the trial.
And then in 30 seconds, the light goes off, and then it comes back on, and then Subaru's like, "I gotta save my Emilia."
Well,
Subaru being Subaru.
Subaru being Subaru no matter what.
Always running head in first, not thinking about what he's gonna do.
Though technically that's a good strategy because of because of his power to go back.
Well,
in time.
that's the whole that's the whole reason he does that.
Yeah.
He always goes into it because he knows that either way, like he'll restart.
At this point, it's a legit strategy.
Yeah.
If he dies, it's like I'll just go back.
But plot twist, because of him doing that, he faints, and we finally get him back into
the real world that we only see
world.
like 30 seconds of in the first episode of the first season.
And his dad,
who is swole. So literally that last minute was like the most interesting part.
Yes, because I didn't know we were getting back there at all.
No,
so
I thought there was no point.
Maybe that's part of the test, the trial. Most likely, right?
I think so.
Maybe.
We don't know. But that was ReZero. All in all, pretty interesting, kind of what we see so far.
A lot of setup. There was a lot of setup in this episode, which was...
It was boring.
That's how setup is.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta establish what we're going through this season.
I feel like they should have been establishing since episode 1.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot more lore now, bro.
But
the last minute of this episode was very interesting.
Was the most interesting.
Very intense. Like, what? How did we get here?
So we will see what happens after that.
Yeah.
And the next episode of anime we're going to be talking about is No Gun's Life. The fight against Victor continues.
That was a cool fight.
That was a cool fight. Victor gets the upper hand. He resurrects the extendeds without heads because it turns out they're just puppets to him.
Yeah.
Juzo just beats them all up.
No, it's cool. Okay, so he ground pounds the floor and he just grabs one
He scoops them up.
and scoops them up to the corner.
And then he just rotates and spins and hits all.
Because he still has one arm.
Yeah, but then when it comes to the actual fight against Victor, he was getting his ass handed to though.
Yeah, man, because the nickname comes in of why people call him the Dismantler. And
he has finger hands. He has finger hands. Finger lightnings.
It's dismantling fingers, so it pops his back, and he could go inside his circuits and stuff.
And just rips up stuff, yeah. So it was kind of gruesome. But then Mary comes with the clutch.
Yeah, Omar finally gets to know why her chest was like that.
Because I explained to these guys how did Mary become so chesty all of a sudden, and they're like, she's always been no, she hasn't. What's the reason behind this?
No, you know what? I figured it was just like the first episode of Samurai Champloo when Fu comes in with the bombs and she hit in her chest and her bombs were bouncing kind of like boobs and stuff. Yeah, it was just like that. And then she straight up shouts out, "Boob rockets!" Boom.
Yeah, it comes in clutch.
And then and then Juzo comes in and punches his arm off.
Yeah, and then Victor breaks it off.
No, then Victor rips off his other arm.
Right.
But and then Juzo just bites him.
Yeah. I was gonna get there.
David just wants to
you want to say it.
Because it's the cool part. It's the ultimate move. Yeah. She ends up shooting the brother. Yeah. Pretty much at the end.
But we find out it's not actually his brother.
Well, it is.
It is, but it isn't.
Well, that's
it's this dark.
That's when we get to the real Vic.
Yeah.
So if you've seen Fight Club, you know what this is going. Like the end of Fight Club, the memories of the brain that has two personality traits. So one half of his brain is evil, dark, and he wants to destroy everything.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah, it's Brad Pitt. And then the other side is the real Vic, nice Vic,
Mm-hmm.
What was the other guy in Fight Club?
I don't remember.
Brad Pitt. Edward
Norton?
Yeah, there you go.
Edward Norton, yeah.
and he's trying to explain his story, how he got to that situation, why they think that was Vic, and how.
Yeah. It's literally because Victor literally says that it's a shadow because he used his remote technology to kind of like go into a soldier, and he finds out that his extendeds are like savage, brutal.
Yeah. So right now his body is still alive. His head is like the hand and the
lefty.
Lefty, yeah.
and the fake Victor
Yeah.
are pretty much just puppets.
Yeah.
The real Victor's still alive somewhere, and I guess the lefty says he wants to destroy that side of his brain.
Yeah, and then the person that they beat was actually a puppet created by Shadow Victor.
Yeah.
And Shadow Victor, what that Victor was actually the sub brain that actually took over his regular brain.
Yeah, when he left to see that robot soldier in
Yeah.
the battlefield.
That was when the real Victor was apparently gone and the sub brain took over because he had an extra sub brain attached, which kind of made things way more wonky than it needed to be.
So that's so crazy, man.
So now we have the Buririn like main plot, and then now we have the Spitsbergen subplot,
And
and
then we get the.
and Juzo's armless.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Juzo's just chilling there,
Listen to the story, and then he gets up, he gets shot in the legs.
Yeah, by the
Juzo's
Asian
not having
dude.
a great day.
Yeah, and then she's like, oh, shoot you right here by the agent. dude.
Avachi Kobo.
Kobo, yeah.
Yeah, comes in and is like, you're not gonna see the.
giving that evil ass.
Where's the
face.
real Victor?
Yeah.
So that was the end of No Guns Life.
Very intense episode.
I want this Spitsbergen stuff to kind of like tie into Buririn because I want to see those main guys again. I want to see the main villains again.
Yeah, the big building.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
I
cool.
get you.
That ugly ass building.
But we finally got a conclusion of Shadow Vic now.
No Tetsuro in this episode.
None. Still
Thank God that fake Victor is finally destroyed. He was ugly.
Well, this Victor is, but we still have Shadow Victor.
Well, no, it was just his puppet.
Yeah, this is his puppet that they killed.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
we'll see.
the puppet itself was
Yeah,
ugly.
the puppet's dead.
Creepypasta.
But yeah, so that's this episode, and now we go to our last episode of our seasons so far. Fire Force. Continuing more on what was going on with Inca and Charon.
Yep.
And this fight was super intense. I honestly think Karen's probably like my favorite White Clad member now because he is just he's beastly.
He's tough as nails.
He's cool.
He's like a Shodo. He is a Shodo.
Yeah. Clap. Boom. Gut blow. Oh my god, he's so cool.
I just pictured him as Ryu.
Basically.
Yeah. He's
Those
so cool.
punches are powerful.
All he's missing is throwing a fireball
Yeah.
Yeah.
from his hands.
Yeah, and then
Man,
we
those legs were explosions, man.
Dude, he's so cool. He's
Yeah,
such a cool
and
villain.
we're still thinking like, man, what's Inca gonna do?
Okay, thank God they explained it themselves in the anime. Like, oh, what is Inca? And like Inca's like, I am nobody. Like, I just do my
I
thing.
do whatever I want.
Yeah. So, and I don't want to get into like what we think because this is another like can of worms.
But yeah, I like how the anime addresses that as well because it's like what we thought of and like they thought of it as well. It's like, okay, like Inca's not good, but she's not bad. She does her own thing.
Yeah. And we're just gonna leave it at that so far because Karen, because the White Clad want her and Shinra just wants to save her.
Yeah,
She doesn't want her to be like part of this at all.
he's a hero.
Yeah. And then we see more fights.
In that fight, that last fight, like the last fight between those two were crazy.
Intense, yeah.
It was really intense.
Oh yeah.
That felt
Karen-
like the god of high school for a moment. I was
yeah,
like, whoa.
when Karen and Shinra go all out, like those buildings and stuff like that. That was cool. That was intense.
Dope, man. That was super.
They were trading blows too.
Yeah.
One by one.
But Vulcan and Hinawa versus the Demon Inferno. Was
Oh,
also
we
really
forgot
cool, too.
about that. There
Yeah.
was also in the background scenes we were getting that they were taking down the fires, but they needed more people, and it was a struggle because they only had one.
Plus, they only had one priestess.
One priestess.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Platoon 1, Platoon 2, 5.
2, but the other one fails at it.
Yeah, or mischief.
Tamaki.
Tamaki, yeah.
She keeps falling and stripping down.
Oh man.
Not looking like a nun.
Yeah.
But then little by little they started getting people from different departments.
Yeah.
Coming in and helping.
Because the whole city was on fire.
Yeah,
Yes.
it kept getting on fire.
Yeah.
So and then the rest of the firemen came, or firewomen came.
And non-sisters, they came in to say
The
prayers.
platoons.
Yeah, man. It was very cool to see like everyone come in together, because I don't think we've seen that, like where like
No.
all departments come in to save the day. It's usually like one department to take care of their region. So it was cool to see, like, and plus other characters come in, like the bubble boy, bubblegum guy.
Oh yeah, the rest of the guys came in too.
Yeah.
And Big Hands, Juggernaut.
Juggernaut.
Oh, we forgot about Arthur too. Arthur was fighting.
At first he wasn't doing anything. He was just like,
Yeah, he was guarding, like telling everyone keep moving.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
then,
but he finally gets his fight in with
what's her name?
I don't know.
The second pillar girl,
Yeah, I'll
I don't
put
know her
the
name
name
either.
up right here. But yeah,
the crazy one.
crazy one. Yeah.
Yeah, they brought him up again because you know he's
So
it's
weakness.
it's the weakness
Yeah.
against her.
She can't control him.
So that was
Yeah,
pretty
that
cool.
was all around great episode so far.
Yeah, that one was very short because basically like,
It was
a
fighting.
fight,
It was
yeah.
all fighting. Not really much plot development in a sense, but it was just a lot of like crazy fights and just great animation all around.
Yeah, and them trying to save the day, like real firemen do.
Yep.
It was very cool.
Yeah. So we'll see what next week has to offer. And now we go on to our news. Love is War. Love is War season 2 gets an English dub and
Yeah.
not season 1.
Which is very strange.
It's really strange to know that the first season doesn't get the dub, but the second season, what?
I mean, maybe it's because of the fact that they weren't able to organize a dub for season 1. I don't know. It was really weird.
I hope, like, if this, like, obviously going to succeed, it's the great season.
Yeah.
They go back to season 1 and dub the English as well.
Yeah.
Like I guess for later on, but it's still strange.
It's a very strange choice they made. I guess, just since season 2 is still hot, like,
They were like, let's just do this one.
Yeah,
Because they never got around to dubbing season 1
no,
last year.
Unless we're mistaken, but that's from what we know that they didn't dub season 1.
Yeah, so hey, at least they're starting with season 2. They got a lot of great voice talent going on to it, like Aaron Dismuke and Lauren
Alex Tipston, I think. I'm bad at names.
Austin Tyndall,
Austin Tyndall,
Aaron
Aaron
Dismuke,
and
Jad Saxton,
and
Alexis Tipton. That's Alexis Tipton.
Yeah.
they got a lot
So
of
far,
great
I think,
voice talent on there.
yeah, I so far like the voice actors. I just don't like Shinro, Shinjan. How do you say his name?
Shinigami?
Shinigami. There you go, Shinigami. I'm still iffy about him, but we'll see.
Yeah.
He doesn't have much work.
Yeah. Well, not much work. I don't feel like the characters he's done
Will fit him.
will fit him, but we'll see. Hey,
I think
people
you still
change.
have. I think you probably still have FMA Alphonse in your mind. You know he grew up, right?
Oh, jeez.
We'll see.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad it's getting an English dub. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's a great season, and if obviously are people that don't like sub, they get the dub version of this and should watch it.
Still, yeah. I mean, regardless of what you watch, if this is solid, yeah, definitely try out the English dub.
Yeah.
And then next we're gonna be talking about is game
Games.
news. Square. So we're just gonna be talking about the ones that interested us. So don't expect us to hear much about Obsidian's new what was it?
Avowed.
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 Yeah, don't expect us to hear much about Avowed or Halo Infinite or anything like that. We're just gonna talk about the stuff that we thought was interesting. So Square Enix's Balan Wonderworld.
Jeez.
It's so weird. It's very weird.
But let him talk about it.
So Balan Wonderworld is a cross between, well, of course Square Enix is handling it. This is a Square Enix project, but it's being headed by the co-creators, the two creators of Sonic the Hedgehog and Knights, Naoto Oshima and Yuji Naka. And it's a 3D action platformer with where you can be able to wear skins and stuff, and then you also have this hat dude. Kind of being the Willy Wonka kind of character.
When you see the gameplay, it does look like Sonic-esque.
Yeah.
Especially when they're running. But it's interesting. But if I was this is like for a younger audience.
Yeah.
Like 9.
The
10.
soundtrack also.
Yeah. Like if I was like 10, I would be on this.
Yeah, I think if anything, I'm probably just gonna pick it up like on discount. The only reason why we're talking about this is because this is such a weird mishmash of like two different things.
For me, like I said, it feels like Final Fantasy with, Kingdom Hearts with Sonic.
Yeah.
Just those two combined together. See, it was mashed weird.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the action. Well, the action in general is a 3D action platformer.
Mm-hmm.
But the other side, the Final Fantasy or Kingdom Hearts side, it looks more like the characters themselves.
Yeah.
It looks more like the world of Final Fantasy.
It does,
that
yeah.
style.
Yeah, with like the chibi art and everything like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Or like Billy Thatcher.
And then the hat
Billy
dude,
Hatcher, I mean.
the hat character, he looks like a Sonic character.
Yeah,
For some
either that
reason.
or Knights. Looks very similar to Knights.
But yeah, it's a very weird mashup with Sonic and Square Enix. Hopefully it does well for them, I guess.
We'll see.
Comes out on spring 2021.
Spring
next year.
2021,
Yep.
yeah. So most likely
coming
gonna
on
be next
all
gen.
consoles.
Yeah.
I thought it was just a Switch.
No,
Oh, okay.
all
Yes.
consoles.
Xbox One X.
Xbox Series X.
Series X, yeah.
Series X, PlayStation 5, PS4, Nintendo Switch, and PC.
All right. The next news that we're going to be talking about, is a huge deal for me, is
For us, is new for us.
new for these
Me-
guys.
me and
is
Omar.
Atlas is going to be releasing SMT3 Nocturne HD for Switch and PS4, and more SMT5 news. So that's hype. Hype for me, because I love me my Nocturne. And the cool thing about this is it's gonna be in HD, of course. So the graphics gonna be upscaled. The texture is gonna look really clean. We're finally gonna be getting voice dialogue for this, and they're gonna be offering.
Talk to us about Shinigami a bit.
Okay, so SMT. So if you guys know me, I'm really big into Persona, but I'm also really big into the Father series, which is Shin Megami Tensei. So Persona is a spin-off of Shin Megami Tensei. Shin Megami Tensei was basically like the daddy of like all these different spin-off series. So if you think Devil Summoner or Devil Survivor, Persona, of course, Demi Kids, then you could thank Shin Megami Tensei for that. And what this basically is huge, because SMT Nocturne, which for the most part was only a PlayStation thing, is finally coming out on modern consoles, and it's gonna be like more accessible for everybody. So these guys could also play it too, which I highly recommend, because it's a great RPG.
So
it's just a great game in general.
So from this series itself, the third one's the best one?
Well, the third one is like so my favorite one is the fourth game, SMT4, but Nocturne is also really, really solid. I can honestly see why this is a lot of people's favorite one, but this one's also like really, really fun to play. I've played Nocturne like a good solid 3 times now, and it's just a lot of fun.
Okay.
It's so the basic plot of SMT Nocturne is that the world is destroyed in like the first 10 minutes of the game.
Nice.
And you, as the Demi Fiend, have to find a reason and how to rebuild the world. The game has multiple endings, has a great cast of characters. It's a very lonely game, because most of your party is consisted of demons that you can collect, kind of like Pokemon style, where you could be able to talk to them.
So pretty much like for Persona
5, Persona 5's demon conversation is a main mechanic in this game, and you could fuse them too, just like in Persona.
Also,
you can fuse demons.
You don't got like actual party members and stuff?
No, yeah, your
walk
Pokemon.
a lonely road.
Yeah. Your quote unquote Pokemon are basically like the demons are basically your party members, and you fight yourself. You could allocate stats onto your character.
Oh, okay.
So what do you think about the 5th game?
All right, and the 5th game in general, I'm so glad we finally got a trailer, because we've literally legit have not gotten a trailer for like over 2 years now, and so we finally have one. Yes.
Damn.
SMT5 was first announced way back during the Switch's Nintendo showcase way back in 2017 of January.
Jesus.
And we got it. Yeah, in the last trailer.
It's 25 years old?
The franchise?
Yeah.
No, the franchise is about to be 30 years old.
Oh.
It came out. The first game came out in '92.
Mm.
Well, SMT did, but then Megami Tensei, which SMT was technically succeeded, came out in '87. So the franchise is pretty much as old as Final Fantasy.
Dang.
Yeah, it's an old franchise.
You're very knowledgeable in Atlas.
Yeah,
games.
Atlas games in general, they're my bread and butter. I love me my Nocturnes. I love me my Personas. I love me my Devil Survivors.
That's cool.
That's my bread and butter right
okay,
there.
so Shin Megami Tensei 5.
So 5, we finally get to see the main protagonist's face, because the last trailer that we saw, we only saw their backside. We saw the heroine, which we surprisingly didn't get to see the heroine much in this trailer. And we saw Lucifer. And Lucifer has his old SMT2 design, which is really cool.
Oh, so he's a returning character.
Yeah, because Lucifer in SMT4 looked like Squidward.
Oh, nice.
So I'm finally glad we got to see his big demon design. I like that.
So this is like the first time it's a woman as the main character?
No, he just looks really pretty.
Oh, okay.
He just looks really pretty.
man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why the fan base is making like femboy kind of like art for him, which I'm not down. I mean, it's cool if you're into it, but it's not my kind of thing.
Oh, I thought it was a girl.
No, it's a guy. It's just a really pretty looking guy. Hey, hopefully you don't think the same about Demi-Fiend. Demi-Fiend's pure man.
Okay.
That's why he's shirtless. But no, yeah, we finally get to see the protagonist, and we see Tokyo all destroyed. So, I'm excited to see more gameplay.
Is that a thing?
It's
like just Tokyo gets blown up.
Well, depending on the game. I mean, for the first game, it gets blown up twice.
Oh, nice.
The second game gets rebuilt into a Millennium Kingdom. In Nocturne, it literally blows up. And then 4 is like Akira, where like Tokyo is basically like dystopian Tokyo. Oh. And like the main kingdom of Mikado is like the sanctuary that the angels built and stuff.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, 5 is, I think it's probably going to be continuing that. So
when do you think that game's coming out?
2021. It's not a thing. It's not a matter of think anymore. Thank God, we finally have a release window. Yeah, no, we finally have a release window for Nocturne and SMT5. It's gonna be 2021. But they mentioned that Nocturne's gonna be spring and 5 is gonna be whenever. So
okay, cool.
And then the next piece of news we're going to be talking about is Fate Extra, the remake. This was announced during the Fate live stream that happened 4 days ago. Yeah. As of this recording.
It's not. It's Fate Extra Record.
Yeah,
that's the name of the game.
That's the name of the game. It's the it's the Fate Extra remake. I haven't played the game. Yeah. I just own the box.
Oh god.
But yeah, the game's getting remade. It's been 10 years. Yeah. Since the original came out.
This is David's segment. This is David's segment right here. Tell us more about this.
Oh well, I enjoyed it when I was in middle school. First time playing a anime game technically. Okay. And I enjoyed it so far. I hated to read the story, but I'm not the usual guy that likes reading, and yeah, I don't read my app games either. Yeah. but the game mechanics and all of that, it's still the same. It still has this similar game tactics and stuff.
So this one, like Nocturne HD, is gonna have voice acting, right?
Yeah, first time voice acting. Yeah, since it was text based before.
Right. So we finally get to hear Nero say a lot.
But yeah, I saw this one, and it was very interesting, the combat, because it looked like FGO with like pick your actions first, and then you do the actions happens like turn-based style. Right. So it looks interesting. I'm a guy who hasn't played this game, so them remaking it gives me an opportunity to play it.
Yeah,
and it's cool that the fact that it's not by Marvelous. This is more like their own company. Yeah,
Type Moon has made their own studio. Like that's not just visual novels.
Yeah, it's and this is their first game. Yeah, so it's very interesting how. We'll see how this one turns out.
Apparently, like the big thing about this game is that towards the end of the trailer, I guess Archer is gonna be a thing. I think Archer's a character now.
He's always been
a character.
No, but they had like his whole thing about him doing the.
I feel like if I remember, I'm not 100% sure. Noble Phantasms.
Yeah, he does his Noble Phantasm. Wait, are Noble Phantasms not a thing?
I'm not 100% sure, man.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. They had his whole speech,
Yeah,
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, it was on the PSP. The original was PSP.
But yeah, so that's really cool. And
we get VTuber Ren for a bit.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, that was really cool.
That was a treat to see. And then our last game to talk about.
Yay! Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2.
It gets announced that it's in development.
Which I think that's kind of nothing to really say about. We kind of
Well,
assumed it would be on development.
True, from the success of the remake.
Yep.
But I want to see how long it's gonna take for this one.
I think it's gonna come out really soon. I'm really optimistic about it, and I hope I don't get my hope shot down.
I have a feeling they were working on this project and they just kept going.
Yeah.
I feel like they didn't stop. They just found an end for now, but they kept going. That's what I thought.
In Tetsuya Nomura, we trust.
Totally.
I have a huge smile right now.
Because this game is, I guess, is different from the original game. For
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, it's a
So,
take.
yeah,
A different
so-
take to the story itself. So I want to see where it goes. Because the only person that survives from the original cast was
Oh, spoilers if you haven't played the game.
spoiler.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see where this goes, and we'll see how long it takes.
Yeah, and I think if since the development, what I want to be improved is like the one thing I really want is like, when you're setting up the materials, I wish there was like a set of materials, because how like sometimes your party members switch out in the game, and like would they leave the party but they have your materials with them. I kind of wish there was
That
like
was a problem in the base game, in the original game.
it's still a problem. So I kind of hope there's like a set where you could keep. Well, like, all right, I want Bear to have this set of materials, so he could be my ranger.
Yeah.
And like Tifo could be my close combatter with elemental. That's what I want, because that was very annoying to keep separating materials from each party member over and over again.
Right.
So do you think this story's gonna end off different from the original game?
From what he said, the director himself, it's gonna be different, way different. Obviously, from the ending of the remake, it's already going off the beaten path. And and then one more thing I want to say, that them to fix the air combat, because goddamn that thing sucked.
Yeah.
Basic swings, and like I don't think they're gonna do it again. But if they do another writing segment, oh god, please give us the projectile beam.
Well, the combat system on 15 was good when you were fighting in the air, right?
In the air, somewhat. Yeah. But like when you're a Cloud or like God forbid Tifa,
they're just punching up there.
it takes generations unless you're like buried with easy breezy.
You want more range? That's what I'm here.
Yeah. Just fix the combat a bit more.
All right, and that concludes this week's Anime Squad podcast. Like I said before, like the comment if you like the video. like the video if you think we're cool. Subscribe if you guys want to see more, and then comment the video. Please, we like to hear what you guys want to say.
Yes, and share everything. We're super cool.
Yeah, we're cool. Please. My name is Robbie.
And this is Omar.
And this is David.
We'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.